The artist Cecily Sash grew up in Delmas on the Highveld in the then Transvaal, and in an interview with biographer Charles McCarthy, she credits the sparse, flat, treeless grassland environment, very cold in winter, for the characteristically spare, linear, scratchy spikiness of her work. I was never terribly interested in colour, she says, much more so in drawing, and always liked a very shallow space, so that everything is on the picture plane, creating space by overlapping rather than perspective. Delmas is renowned for its agricultural produce, particularly maize, wheat and chickens, and all these motifs reappear in Sash's work repeatedly over the years, particularly the aggressive birds, as McCarthy notes, which serve as anthropomorphic devices. Of the 8 works by Sash on the current auction, 2 depict birds: Angry Chicken Still Life with Basket of Apples and Bird Form. The second of these is one of the works in a series that occupied Sash in the late 1970s, by then in political exile in the UK. Around the time her close friend, mentor and former Wits colleague Heather Martinson died, Sash found a dead baby buzzard in a pond and hung it up in her studio. It became the locus for her grief and sense of loss. The broken, disjointed, entangled carcass, part bone, part feathers, came to serve as both the predator and the victim, a symbol for human predation, destruction, and suffering. In the new millennium and approaching the age of 80, Sash entered a more calm and settled phase of life. She produced a series of still lifes using domestic objects from her house and studio, typically cups, teapots, bottles, jugs, and bowls. The characteristic linear quality of Sash's work is enhanced in these drawings by a technique she developed of scratching into the paper with an etching needle, sometimes over the pencil lines and sometimes into the clean white paper, and then rubbing charcoal over the whole sheet and wiping it off. The slower, more deliberate scratched lines have a different quality to the quicker gestural lines made with pencil, charcoal or pastel, adding a unique depth and variety to her already skilled draftsmanship.